friend, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say sometimes it lasts and loves, but sometimes it hurts instead.
The Amos song was first published in the measure in March 1921 and later included in the New Hampshire on the year 1923. There are two characteristics are evident in the poem. The poem is written in an iambic tetrameter with an emphasis on structure, rhyme, and meter in modern poetry. The most likely interpretation of the Amos song is that it represents the civilizing action of human art, and it is in particular self-reflexive in discourse on the process of poetic writing. Second, the poem uses metaphor to symbolize something, and that is the wind. Last, the author likens the sounds of poetry to the human voice. To reach the form of a poem, the sounds of poetry must be molded by a measure in the human, as the human voice must be modulated to produce a song.
That your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why are you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best.
Poet Robert Frost was born in March 26, 1874. Who is the author of the poem The Amos Song. He was admired for his depictions of New England rural life and his realistic verse portraying ordinary people and in everyday situations. In his writings, he used imagery, metaphor, and theme to create meaning in his poetry. Three of the most common themes in Frost's poems are nature, isolations, and struggles of life. Life struggle in the sense that his personal life was plagued with grief and loss. This actually leads him to get himself isolated from the people and hence make in touch with the nature.
I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you.
The literal interpretation of the poem could be subdivided into three. First, the speaker. Second, the event. And third, the images. In the poem, The Amos Song by Robert Frost, there is no particular speaker or place, but there is a sense of time. The entire poem is actually written in past tense, and this indicates time. In the first stanza in line 1, for example, which states this way, before man came to blow it right, the poem talks about before man learned to whistle just like the wind does. With the event, the Amos Song basically just tells about the beginning of music. Out from the wind, which is actually the metaphor being used by Robert Frost in order to symbolize pure music, or pure sound rather, man has learned to create music. From this context, one may figure out that the images that are being used in the poem The Aim Was Sung actually make sense. Why? It is because the three images, we have the mouth, the lips, and the throat, actually are the main essential parts of the human body that allow for a man to produce or create sound.
I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you.
For metaphorical interpretation of the poem, we will use some lines of the poem. First, the wind had meant to be, a little through the lips and throat. This line shows that with the use of man's lips and throat, the wind fulfills its purpose. Second line that we can use is, and held it long enough for worth to be converted to south. This possibly means that before a man can proceed or go to the next step, he must first know or have a wide or vast knowledge about the first step. The last one is that a little through the lips and throat tells that in blowing a wind, you cannot use other tools but basically with the use of the lips and throat.
I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over.
There are numerous themes in Frost poetry. The three most common are nature, isolation, and the struggles of life. The poem entitled The Aim Was Sung, its theme is nature. The nature theme runs through Frost's work because he seems to use nature as a way of understanding life and uses it to explain the emotions of humans. The theme is nature because the author uses the abstract or metaphorical like wind, which is basically part of the nature. Throughout the whole poem, it is as if man is telling the wind the proper or right way to blow. In the poem, the wind is being told it blows too uncontrolled and in the wrong place. So since the wind uses the metaphorical level in the poem, it conveys meaning that we human beings cannot control the nature as the emotions of human.
I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best of you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember.
Sige.
The second bakery attack by Haruki Murakami is about a married couple who demand struggle for conformity in society. In this short story, the narrator and his wife attempt to resist spontaneous hunger pains in their second week of marriage. The second bakery attack story represents the most exemplary techniques of Haruki Murakami's writing style.
I heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you.
Haruki Murakami, born on January 12, 1949 in Kyoto, is one of Japan's most popular contemporary authors. Although he has never won any of Japan's more prestigious literary prizes, but he has won a faithful audience both in Japan and internationally. Both of Murakami's parents taught literature, so he became to love of books naturally. Then When it came time for college, Murakami chose to attend Tokyo's Waseda University where he majored in theater arts. He loves music, especially classical and jazz. This led him to open a jazz bar called Peter Cat before he was out of college. The bar was successful and Murakami worked there until he was able to make a living as a writer. He was married by the woman called Yoko, whom he had met in college. The couple spent many years traveling through Europe and United States, while Murakami continued to write.
This is about a man who is suddenly cursed from failing to forego his plan on attacking a bakery. This is about the narrator and his wife who suffer from hunger pains in their short week of marriage. Both he and his wife are suffering from lack of food in the house and decided that they are affected by their curse. The wife figures out that the only way to feed themselves is to attack another bakery. In trying to solve their mysterious haunted by intense hunger, the narrator reveals his past life that compares to a volcano as the power of his hunger.
The second bakery attack is a short story about a married couple waking up in the middle of the night because of the hunger craving. However, the husband, who is the one narrating or speaking about the story, narrates that once in a while, way back then, he actually and has robbed a bakery with that of a friend. There's one image in the story, the second bakery attack, that actually hooks up the attention of the readers, and that is the volcano. The volcano comes across in the story as this symbolizes the masculinity the man should possess and not that the woman or his wife would man over.
For the metaphorical interpretation of the short story, we can see that the hungriness of the male protagonist presents not only physically but also metaphorically. Then we will ask how and why. The hunger that presented metaphorically in the story is that he has this unfinished business, and this was the first bakery attack that failed. Because of this failure, he has this sense of being incomplete and unfulfilled in his past life. And in order to fulfill it, he has to do something to make a closure of it in his present life with his wife. And this was the second bakery attack that has not been happened in a bakery but instead in McDonald's branch.
That you found a girl in your